Good morning, and on my bench is nothing at the time, but I did something today that I don't normally do, which is I attended a swap meet, and I attended the swap meet for the local flying club that I used to be a member of here, Largo Flying Club, and I thought I'd make a quick video, share with you some of the things I scored in this swap meet. I went there primarily just to meet up with a friend of mine from Sarasota, Jim, that I'd never met in person, and we had a nice good chat, talked a lot about airplanes and engines and videos, and then we also both bought some stuff. So the first thing I've got here was I bought a small handful of props. Let's see here. One of these, which had struck the ground, was a freebie. It wasn't that one though, it was this one here. So I got a Zinger 14.6. This guy had a whole bunch of stuff he was just, had listed as free, and I grabbed one prop out of that. Then he had some others that had never been used before, so I got a Zinger 15.610, or basically a Zinger 15.8, for no real reason other than just to have. And then this one is a Zinger 14.5, and I got that because that was just kind of a strange pitch. He had a bunch of others, but really wasn't all that interested. I think I paid $3 for these. So, and of course this one was free, so I gave him $3 for these. Next thing I got from this fellow was this. No, it is actually not a G90 Ring RC engine by Super Tiger. It is a Super Tiger, and I paid $1 for this. It's a Super Tiger box, but inside the box, some pretty interesting stuff. The first really interesting thing is a really never opened big Super Tiger manual with the decals. I don't know, maybe this is what would come with one of these engines, I don't know, but it's a booklet. It's a pretty thick book, you can see there. Super Tiger instructions, so that's pretty cool, so I was really happy about that. And let's see what else here, more Super Tiger stuff here, and here's a receipt. Omni Models receipt, yeah, who cares. But the other thing that was in here, which is really the reason I paid a whole $1 for this, was it's got a brand new Super Tiger exhaust. Doesn't have the screws, it doesn't look like, but that's not a big deal. I can come up with screws. So for $1 I got a nice pristine box, a nice pristine Super Tiger exhaust, and a catalog. Well, I don't know if it's a catalog, I think it's the manual that you seldom ever see anymore for this. So in my mind, that was a pretty cool score for $1. You can't hardly beat that. So let's see what next thing we've got here. A buddy of mine, Ron, had some castor, and I don't want to turn this over too much, but he had a bottle of Klotz Binal, which is basically the same thing. I just bought a quart. This is a quart that I bought for making my FAI fuel, the 80-20. And then he also had a bottle of SIG castor oil. This is another quart of pure triple or double A castor oil from SIG, and I think I gave Ron $3 for these items. So I got 2 quarts of castor oil for $3. So that was pretty damn cool score. Now the last thing, and the cream de la cream, is what's in this box here. Now this swap meet is primarily just electric stuff. I mean, there was a couple of glow engines, but for the most part it was just electric stuff. So when you saw a glow engine, it was pretty unbelievable. So I actually came home with this glow engine and exhaust. So, and I haven't opened the exhaust yet, but this, and it didn't come with the top of the box unfortunately, which is not a big deal, is a brand new, never used, never run, at least that's what my sniff test tells me, OS 91 FSR engine. Probably one of the best engines ever made by OS. Look at this beautiful ringed See the ring there. Beautiful ringed engine. Never been used before. Let's see what else is in here. So there's a couple of plugs, a couple of Enya plugs. Oh, there's plugs in here. It looks like here's an O-ring for maybe the carb that I need to check out. And then of course, damn, there's another plug. Here's the carb. Yeah, so that O-ring probably goes on the bottom of this carb. I don't want to lose that. So this is a 7D carb. I don't know if the camera's going to show that or not. Nice 7D carb with this engine. So that's what I got there. Now let's take a look at this exhaust. 'Cause I really didn't look at this exhaust. Supposedly it says it's the 855 silencer set. And it's got a piece of paper in here that's stuck to the top. So here's the OS 855 silencer, which is really stuck together. And let's see here. There we go. So it is complete. Has the adapter plate, screws, and the exhaust for this engine. So this is really cool. I really had no anticipation at all of buying anything when I went to this swap meet, let alone coming home with a classic engine like this. Now many of you may be curious as to know what the price was for this. Well, the price was, he had it listed at one price, and I was like, yeah, you know, it's probably worth that. I said, but I'm really not in the market for this engine, so I'm not going to buy the engine. So I walked away, and right away the fellow came walking back up to me saying, you know, I'm not going to use this engine, so if you want it for this, then you can have it for that. So I said, okay, I'll have it for that. And what did I have it for? It was not $101. Put it that way. It wasn't more than $101 either. And that's basically all I'm going to say about that. So this was one hell of a score for a new in box OS 91 FSR engine for less than $101 that includes the silencer set that goes with it. So that was my score of the Largo Flying Club swap meet that I really had no intention of actually leaving there with anything other than the oil that I knew Ron was bringing for me. So anyway, that's my video on that, and look forward to seeing some more videos with this beautiful engine.